you guys ask me about fall fishing. How do I choose what I'm gonna fish during the fall months? It's so day to day, and conditions are constantly changing, especially on the river for stripers. But even a lot of our small lakes nearby, the After Bay, Black Butte, the water levels are up and down all the time. They're changing the flows all the time, so you have to be willing to change on the fly in order to keep fishing. So, as far as river fishing goes, I mean, this time of year, I'm all about the big bait. You know, the Hiroshima 13-inch trout it has been one of my go-to baits since the very beginning, and it catches a lot of fish. The problem that I found today is they've got our flows out here down to 4,800 CFS, and the water is gin clear. Like, I can see bottom pretty good in 10 feet. That means a striper can see probably for 25, 30 feet. I mean, they can see a long ways. I don't so much like the big bait when it's that clear, because it's almost intimidating, like how it thinks. I seem to get more bites in gin clear water with a smaller profile bait than I would with the big bait. If you get into some spot that has some heavier stain in the water, you don't have to worry about it at all. You can throw whatever you want to throw. Stripers are definitely not largemouth, and they're sure as hell not spotted bass. I mean, it's not rocket science. At the end of the day, if you have a hungry fish and you put a bait in front of it, it's going to get it. There's nothing else to it than that. If the fish is truly hungry and was going to eat that day, and you put something in that area, there's nothing that's... I've had boats drive across my water that I'm fishing, and I cast in there and hook a 30 pounder the next cast. I mean, when they're hungry, they're going to eat. There's no, so don't overthink it. Don't change baits every 5 minutes. All you're doing is doubting yourself, and the more time you spend changing baits, the less time you're spending with your bait in the water. And that's key. When I got my first Hiroshima bait from my buddy Jason Castaneda, it was a older gen bait. It was pretty ugly. It was not the beautiful baits that you see now today, but I mean, we're talking 7-8 years ago. I had no confidence in it. I'd come out and I'd cast it 10-20 times. I'm like, damn, this thing weighs a ton. This is ridiculous. And I'd go back to throwing a Savage Gear. How do you go wrong with a boner? The 8-inch glide swimmer, it's caught more bass out here than any other bait still today. Savage Gear, it's just unstoppable. And it took me, I don't know, probably a week straight of forcing myself to take all the rest of the tackle out of the boat and taking nothing but that big bait with me and throwing it non-stop. And I can remember the first fish that came out and ate it vividly. I mean, I can close my eyes and see it, and it was a life-changing experience, But it took doing that to get the confidence in the bait, and that's what it is. That's the name of the game. Days like today, the barometric pressure's up, the fish are a little more apprehensive, water's gin clear. I hooked 2 really nice fish this morning on the Ben Parker spoon. I think one of them might have been a salmon. Anyways, I'll go to the top of a deep hole, and no weight. You just drop this down to the bottom, and then you let off the trolling motor, and you just free drift, and you bounce it down the river as you free drift. Kind of like jigging, but I just try to keep it to where the boat is always pointing upriver, and you're just kind of back bouncing it downriver right behind the boat. You're not doing these big crazy jerks. It's all about a slow lift up and a nice flutter fall down. When they hit this thing, it darn near take the rod out of your hands every time. Days that are a little more tough, you're having to, you've gone quite a while, you haven't seen any fish. You can't go wrong with an Alabama rig. These are actually striper rigs. I get them from Blade Runner Tackle. Rick Teets makes these. These are heavy duty. They catch 30, 40 pounders and they do not break. I mean, these things are awesome. They're really strong. They hold up a long time. They don't twist and foul up very often. I mean, they're really good. So Rick sells all the jig heads, the swim baits, the dummy heads. You're only allowed to fish 3 hooks on these baits. So you gotta make sure you stay up on that. Usually run 3 hooks and then 2 with dummy heads on them that don't have hooks on them. Or if you don't have dummy heads at your disposal, you can take and clip hooks off of them. To where, as long as there is no hook showing out of the bait, if you clip it down here, you're gonna be fine. They won't write you a ticket for that. Alabama rig on the river is deadly. I mean, you can come out and you can catch a ton of stripers on these things. You have to put them in the danger zone. And what I mean by that is you have to be willing to drop them down and get them right on the bottom. Stripers like these things dragging mud. I mean, if you're not churning mud with it, you're not catching fish. So, those perfect fall mornings where you have that nice pink sunrise and you haven't had anybody come ripping across the water yet. I love topwater action. I'm all about the big topwater too, I used to throw all of us used to throw pencil poppers out here. That was the name of the game. Then I've got into stuff like the black dog bait, lunker plunker. It's pretty hard to beat a lunker plunker out here. I have a hard time hooking them on it, to be honest with you. I've had this bait a long time. I've got half a dozen of them, and 9 times out of 10 I'll tie that one on before that one. But both will catch fish. You just have to have confidence to throw it. Topwater works all day long out here. It does not have to be sunrise or sundown only. I mean, they will hit that thing all day. Once again, it goes hand in hand with if you put it in front of their face, you're going to get a fish. As long as they're feeding. I don't really mess around with wake baits too much. You can throw a topwater or a glide bait for that matter. But yeah, I mean, for fall fishing on the river, that lineup right there, you're going to catch fish. I mean, if you have the confidence to come out and throw it, come out and do it, you're going to catch fish. Today with colder, we got colder water temperatures, clearer water temperatures, so I have downsized today. I started the first half of the day throwing the 13-inch arrow, and then I downsized to this one, and I just wasn't digging the color and the water clarity, so I went to something more realistic. And I changed up to, I got my new Phoenix M1. This is the 8'2" rod. It's a little bit light for what I like doing, but it works. I put that to the test today. So I covered about 15 miles with it, about 15 miles of water. And I made a lot of casts in between that area, and I never had a fish come out. Not even a follower, nothing. So that's when I downsized to the 11-inch hero. This bait has caught a lot of fish. You can tell. I mean, it's beat up, it's worn out, but it still catches a lot of fish. So that hooks the Okuma Komodo, 80-pound braid. I go braid all the way to a decoy snap. I do not normally like the split ring on there. The split ring was left on there from a previous project, and I just didn't have the worry to take it off today before I started throwing this thing. The M1 inshore Phoenix rod is a great stick. I mean, this thing is, well, I hooked a 35-pound class fish at the very end, and I was concerned, this thing's got a little bit more bend in the tip than I'm used to, so it definitely made it really fun fighting that fish in tight quarters. I had to fight around a couple of bridge pilings, into a snag, through a bush,